On the Radio is brought to you by Zurich Insurance, the perfect place to catch up with all things Melbourne. If you enjoy this content and want more inside access from the team, make sure you visit the club website.
Luke Jackson's delivering this week's NAB Rising Star, and he joins us. Welcome to you, Luke. Great to have you on.
Cool, thanks for having me.
It's been great from you so far in that a lot of times big guys take a little time to establish themselves in the AFL, but you did say that at the moment you were drafted that you'd like to have an impact and play some good footy in your first year.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to show like what I can do in the pre-season, and I did want to have an impact pretty early, and I'm just thankful for the coaches and all that for giving me an opportunity, and I just love going out there and playing footy, so it's a lot of fun out there, and yeah, I just love it.
You looked a little hesitant in your debut game in that you kind of wanted to be the team guy and do all the things that the team and Simon Goodwin was asking you to do. You seem to have relaxed a bit more since that moment.
Yeah, I think I was pretty nervy in my first game. I probably didn't get around the ball as much as I would have liked, but Goody and all the coaches have made it really easy for me the last 4 games in terms of my role. So I just go out there and try compete as hard as I can, and yeah, it's just been a whole lot of fun out there. And
you have always had visions of being a forward, not a ruckman or a backup ruckman.
Yeah, I love playing forward. That's probably been the main role I've been doing in the pre-season and throughout this season. So I'm pretty comfortable up forward, but also like getting around the ball in the ruck as well. So anywhere suits me, and yeah, I'm loving playing forward this season.
Do you think you can have a nice little tandem role with Sam Wiedemann in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I reckon. I love playing with Weeds. He tells me what to do in my role and gives me really good tips as well. So it's really good learning off him and all the other forwards like Melky and stuff. So yeah, I love playing with him, and hopefully we can do it a lot longer. Yeah.
Is it difficult for you to know when to go to a contest and take your man to it, given that he's already at that contest, and when to hold back? Because I presume as a junior it was see ball, get ball. You just went to every contest you could possibly get to.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad this year. I mean, me and Weeds work really well in terms of who flies. I don't know who stays down, and he's really good at talking me through when to fly it and when to block your man. So all that kind of stuff has been really good, and someone I'll keep learning off in the next coming years.
And when you're in the ruck, do you kind of stick to what the club's plan and Max Gawn and the midfielders' plan is, or do they adjust their plan to try and work to your strengths in the ruck? Because I presume you've got a few different strings to your bow than, say, Max Gawn has got in his weaponry.
Yeah, when I go in the ruck, I just try. The coaches just tell me to go in there and compete as hard as you can. So, yeah, I just go in there and try my best, and yeah, try to give the midfielders first use, but also get around and help them out around the ground. So that's probably my biggest focus when I pinch in there, yeah.
Have you got places that you are and aren't allowed to knock it to? Do you have to keep it close? Have you got the licence to thump it into space at any time? Because that's something that ruckmen don't tend to do that often these days.
Yeah, I think most of the midfielders just like it in tight, because guys like Vines and Clayton, they're really good at getting it to the outside. So I just try to halve it or make a contest, and yeah, those guys usually do the work once it hits the ground, yeah.
Can you take us in a better direction when you get more confident? Can you actually just bang it into space occasionally? Because I reckon we like it for a change-up.
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, I'll see.
Did you do that in junior football at all? Just stump it to centre half forward from the ball up?
Yeah, I did love taking it out of the ruck and then running with it and kicking it quite long. So, yeah, that's something I enjoy and might take into the future, yeah.
Well, your athleticism is your biggest asset. I know that you've always backed yourself in as a great athlete when you played footy, and we talked pre-draft. I know you've got the basketball background, and you're probably going to do 100 of these interviews this week because you're the NAB Rising Star and talk about your basketball background. But I've got to ask you, what do you bring to the table that your basketball background gave you, given that you represented Australia as a 17-year-old?
Yeah, I think stuff like quick second jumps off the ground, and then just being able to get the ground level are probably the main two for me. And I think tap work as well is something I'm still working on. So those three, I think, transferred from basketball. But I'm just going to try and keep learning and keep learning off guys like Maxi and his tips he gives in the ruck. So, yeah.
And I remember pre-draft we spoke and you talked about the fact that you love footy because I know basketball is a team sport too, but you like that footy team environment. It's something that you've really enjoyed over time.
Yeah, for sure. All the boys at Melbourne are really good. As soon as I got here, they made me feel at home. So I love being around them, and it's a great culture here at Melbourne. So I love going out and playing with them as well. There's nothing better. Yeah.
Who are you hanging with in the hub?
I'm still pretty close with Cozzy and Trent, the first years, so we're always together. But everyone at the club has really good relationships with each other. So a few of the older boys, like Melky and stuff, Jonesy, have taken me under their wing. So pretty much everyone, I'd say, yeah.
You take pride in your hair as well. There's been almost a designated hairdresser in every club these days because you're in the hub and some people want to cut. Who's been doing them for Melbourne?
Yeah, I just got a cut about 20 minutes ago from Toby Bedford, so I got a little trim just then. So some of the boys rather do it themselves, but I'd probably rather go to a barber, I reckon, just to be safe.
So who cut yours, did you say? And how good a job did he do?
Toby Bedford gave me a little trim, but he didn't do a bad job, actually. He did pretty good, yeah.
So you'll go back?
Yeah, I reckon I'll trust Toby again, yeah.
He's got that little moustache going too, hasn't he, Toby? Hasn't he got that pencil moustache?
Yeah, he does, I think, yeah. Yeah.
All right, I look forward to seeing you with one of those in the future. Hey, it's great to have a chat to you. You're flying at the moment. You're a young guy. You're big. You're solid. And Melbourne are dreaming of you doing some big things in the future, Luke. So great to have a chat to you, and we'll do it plenty of times over the course of your career. Talk to you soon.
Cheers. Really appreciate it. See ya.
Luke Jackson, this week's NAB Rising Star. He's got some personality. He's going to be a good player, and he's going to be around for a while. Look forward to interviewing him a lot in the future.